Hello Llama Squad, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I last posted a video, but today we are doing the dollhouse challenge. Now this is actually something that's been going around for a month now. I recently saw it from The Sims that posted on their Instagram page. It was a picture of this cute dollhouse room that I believe Smart Milk on Tumblr started. And ever since then, I've been kind of playing around with it and uploading my own versions and stuff like that to my simstagram, which is basically my Instagram for The Sims. So if you guys don't follow me over there, be sure to give me a follow. It's Designs by Carmina. It's not my YouTube name just because my YouTube name for my Instagram is actually my personal Instagram. So go ahead and give a follow to both if you guys want to. I post occasionally, not that often, but I'm trying my best to be active on both accounts. But yeah, I try my best. Anyways, for today we are doing a bakery because I've already done so many rooms. If you've seen my Instagram, I've done bedrooms, kitchen, living room, like all that kind of stuff. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different, something that I haven't seen yet. And yeah, I came up with the idea of doing maybe some retail lots. So a bakery is probably my first pick, and that's what I chose to do. So I am using custom content in this build, so I'll be sure to leave the links down in the description box down below because I do get a lot of questions asking where I get my custom content from, and it's always from the same person. So don't worry, it'll be in the description box down below. I'm also going to show you guys how I edit this dollhouse room today because I feel like a lot of people don't know how to do it. And it's actually very simple as long as you have a editor of some sort. I use Photoshop, but I'm pretty sure there are free versions like out there somewhere, not of Photoshop in general, but like other programs that are free that you can use. A really great program that I've heard of is Krita. I think it's called Krita. It's for like artists and stuff like that. But since I am an aspiring graphic designer, I'm in school for graphic design, I do have Photoshop and I think Lightroom, and eventually I'll dabble into other programs. But for now, you know, if you're doing YouTube and you do minimal like graphic design work, like Photoshop is all you need. But you don't need to have Photoshop to do these kind of pictures or like these challenges, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so I do extend this room out just a bit just because it ends up being a little too small. Normally these dollhouse challenges, they're kind of on the small side. They're kind of cute, and you know, you want to be able to show as much as you want in the picture that you make in the end. So I keep that in mind all the time, like when I'm making the decor around the items, like what items I want to highlight and like what kind of clutter. I think clutter is an important thing when it comes to doing these rooms because it just gives a lot more character, and just having also a, you know, coherent like color scheme is what's really cool. So if you guys go ahead and check out my Instagram, you guys will see that I do like color palettes just to give you an idea of what kind of colors could go with that room, or in general for like what kind of color scheme I was going for. But yeah, I really like the outcome of this bakery. This is also something that I kind of do is I use the half walls and then I use the little fencing and the top to kind of divide like the cash register and the baked goods, kind of like how you would see at a normal bakery. And I actually really like the outcome of this. I do take the time to actually place the desserts later, but I don't show it because I forgot to record it. But I mean, who would want to see me place a bunch of desserts on a table anyways? I recommend using bb.move objects on this, and you guys could also use bb.show hidden objects to find all the debug items. Now the debug items are things that you normally don't find in decorations, so it really helps to enhance your rooms when you have a bunch of clutter. And sadly this will not be on the gallery since it contains custom content, but I do have my very first one that I uploaded. And yeah, this is actually my second video for this challenge, and because my first one, it was like pretty terrible. I didn't really like the way the room came out. I did it really quickly, and I think after doing this so many times I was like, alright, I think I'm ready to finally share, you know, my tips and, you know, my ideas for it all. I try not to rush it. You know, when you're thinking of rooms like this, you want to be able to show as much of it as possible, and like what items, like I said, what kind of clutter you can put to make it look cool. But anyways, here we are jumping into the editing portion of this. So I use Photoshop. You could use whatever editor you have. There is Krita, which is a free program if you guys do not have an editor and you really want to be able to take on this challenge. But yeah, so I start off by using the magic eraser and I erase all the grass, and then I take the selection tool, I select the room. It kind of gets hard because of the background, so try to make sure you take your time with it, with the edges especially, because you really don't want rough edges. But when it's zoomed out far away, because you do make the room a little bit smaller, it ends up, you don't really see it too much, but you can always go back and edit it. So yeah, first step, magic eraser, erase the grass. Second step, use the selection tool. Once you're done with that, you press Control C to copy the room or the picture or image of whatever you're selecting, and then you go ahead and you place it on your ready document. I already have a document that is the right size to post for Instagram, as well as like the color palette, but yeah, I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Right now I'm trying to kind of select the edges. Like I said, the top is probably like the most crucial part, because that's where I spent the most time trying to make sure it's like straight at the top. But don't worry if it's not perfect. Most people don't notice it anyways. But yeah, here I am inserting it into the document that I have. And I'm gonna go ahead and edit it. I make it a little bit smaller, and when you take the screenshots for these dollhouse rooms, you want to make sure you're a little bit like overseeing it but not like directly looking at it, if that makes any sense. There are a lot of examples on Instagram, so if you guys want to check out those and get a feel of like what kind of angle to do, that's a good idea. So for my editing of the room, I keep it really simple. I increase brightness, play around with contrast. I go into levels, and then I mess more with the brightness and contrast. I don't really do anything too crazy. I try to keep it minimal, and I like the exposure one, I think it's called Gamma, and I just like play around with that to give it more of like a rustic feel, because I just like the way it looks for my Instagram page. But feel free to edit it to whoever like your style is. And then the last thing you really want to focus on doing is the drop shadow, which makes it 10 times better to look at from far away and just looks so cool and like an actual dollhouse room. And then what I like to do is add a watermark, because I don't like it when people take your photos and repost it somewhere else. So you got to be careful, and if you're going to post it on social media, make sure you watermark it. And then the last thing I do is I name it, and then I do a color palette. So I have a color palette here from a previous photo, and I'm going to go ahead and select the darkest color to the lightest color. So I tend to do like white to black a lot in my builds. And then yeah, you just kind of mess around with the color palette. It doesn't have to be exactly to like the objects, because obviously you're manipulating the or not manipulating, but editing the whole picture. So you could select your own colors, or you can go based upon the picture itself. Lastly, you want to be able to put a background, so put something that's either light or dark or whatever it is. I like to keep it on the lighter side, and because I'm using a lot of grays, I wanted it to be in the same gray tone, but I made it a little bit different by going in the blue hue. So it's like bluish gray, which is a nice background. And then you could also spice it up by adding like pattern background or like other things and whatnot. And then like I said earlier, if you have rough edges, you could always go back and use the brush tool to fill in that empty spaces. But it's not going to be perfect, and it's fine, because most people, like I said, don't notice it too much. But as long as you add that drop shadow and you edit it and you just make it look cool, or whatever it is your style, I feel like you can't really go wrong, because I've seen so many different styles. There's not really one way to edit it, but this is just how I edit it. So hopefully this helps you. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys have any straggled like shadow pieces like I did there, make sure to erase it. But yeah, other than that, it's very simple. It's not that hard to do. I'm gonna leave all the links in the description box down below for like what I used and like programs to use so you can edit. But yeah, here is the final product. I'm going to be posting this on my simstagram, so like I said, be sure to give me a follow over there because I'll be posting more pictures. And I don't know if I should make more videos, so if you like this type of video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to enable those post notification bells so you get notified of whenever I post new videos. And yeah, it's been a while since I posted, so I hope you guys haven't missed me too much, but I'm hoping to make more videos. But yeah, like I said, check out my Instagram. You can see more pictures, and I'll see you guys next time.